Guys, welcome back to 4 Cent Views. This one's gonna be in my garage. I've survived the government shutdown. I barely made it. Barely made it through the government shutdown. Anyway, we're gonna talk about wrestling this time. So tonight is approximately 2 hours before NXT Takeover, and I'm gonna get my predictions out real quick for it, so that I can show that I was right. When I've done these predictions before with most people that I know, I've probably got about a 90%, 95% prediction success rate. So we'll see how that translations goes. So, first of all, we're doing Cassius Ohno and Velveteen Dream. Now, to be fair, I don't follow NXT as well as I should. I mean, I don't know why. I don't know. Maybe it's just because it's on the network and I don't pay attention to the network. Or because I can read the spoilers and I can read for 3 weeks, and maybe that's why I just don't pay a whole lot of attention to it. It isn't fair because I don't think there's been a bad takeover that I've seen so far. A couple matches here and there that have been, but for the most part, every takeover has been great that I've seen. Okay, so we're gonna start off Cassius Ohno and Velveteen Dream. Now, I don't really know about a whole lot about either one of these guys, to be honest with you. I know Ohno was Chris Hero in the Indies, and I really wasn't following the Indies at the time. Everybody loved him on the Indies. I haven't been terribly impressed with him since he's been in NXT. A lot of people like the Velveteen Dream. Once again, I only saw part of his match with Aleister Black at the last takeover. That was like the one takeover I really missed most of it. I don't think I actually saw I don't even know if I saw a match at the last takeover. That kind of stinks now I think about it. No, I did see War Games. I saw the actual War Games match itself. That was the only one I saw. Anywho, my gut's telling me it's Velveteen Dream. I think he needs to win more than Ohno does. Ohno's kind of floating around. I don't think they really know what to do with him. I don't know. I just can't get into a guy that wears a basketball jersey and underwear. I don't know. It's weird. It's just a weird get up. I don't like if he was wearing at least like more of a jockey type. I would feel a little better. I just don't like it. I don't know. It's a really terrible reason. I understand. Next one, Extreme Rules. Aleister Black and Adam Cole. Black ended up knocking off Cole in the number one contenders tournament, and then Cole's been a thorn in his side ever since, costing him his first actual loss. This one, I think Adam Cole wins. And why? I'm an Adam Cole fanboy. I really enjoy Adam Cole. And even before NXT, yes, in the Indies. But I can see Aleister Black being called up to the main roster probably after WrestleMania, if not a surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble or even for the Open Challenge, the US title Open Challenge. I really think he's going to the main roster at least by after WrestleMania. So he's kind of to that point where he's going to start putting guys over. Next one, NXT Tag Team titles, Authors of Pain versus O'Reilly and Fish, Undisputed Era. This is another one where the Authors of Pain are due for a main roster call-up, so they're not getting the belts back. And if they do, they're going to lose them right at the WrestleMania takeover. But I'm still saying this one's O'Reilly and Fish. The Undisputed Era is still new enough where they need a couple extra wins to kind of get them boosted. And plus, with how stacked the tag team division is getting in NXT, I remember watching a video the other day where they introduced like 3 or 4 new teams, TM61, and I forget a couple other guys because they just had random names. But I see O'Reilly and Fish holding on to the belt. Authors of Pain and Sanity are like the 2 teams that should be getting called up here any time now. And then O'Reilly and Fish will be back behind with all the other teams. Next one, women's title, Braziler versus Ember Moon. I gotta be honest with you, I keep reading about how great the build to this is. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry. Not that I think they're not doing a very good job. I just haven't seen it. And like I said, it just goes back to me not following NXT as well as I should. I still say Ember Moon. I think that Braziler, isn't that the same one that's in what's the one, Riot Squad? Is that the one that's on SmackDown? I don't know. I just think it just seems really weird to have the NXT Women's Champion be on the main roster. So I don't get that. So I'm still saying Ember Moon. I don't think that would be really weird. Ember Moon, I still think. And they still, because that, and she's only had the belt for about a month or so. So Ember Moon, I don't think it's a question. Last one gets a little interesting. NXT title, Gargano versus Andrade Almas. This one can go a couple different ways. I like Almas in this one. Gargano's story's better. You know, loss after loss after loss after loss, and finally getting through the tournament and getting to be number one contender. So the story's there for Gargano to win. And that makes me think this is like 55-45 Gargano. My gut's telling me Almas. But this is one I haven't seen anything on Ciampa, so I can see Ciampa either, if Gargano wins, I can see Ciampa destroying him after the match or costing him the belt and then setting up that feud. Same thing with like Drew McIntyre. I mean, I haven't heard anything from him in a month or so. You know, if he's not a surprise Rumble entrant, I can see him making his presence known during or after this match. Now, NXT has a very good track record of not really having a whole lot of interference during matches. I like that, unless you're building to especially on the takeovers. So, my gut's still telling me, man, I really have Almas wrote down. And the more I almost want to talk myself out of it and go Gargano. Because we got heel tag team, we got a face women's, and we got a heel NXT champion. Almost has only had it for a month or two since the last takeover where he beat Drew McIntyre. Like I said, 55-45 either way. I'm going to still stick with Almas, and I think he'll lose it at the next one, the next takeover. I don't care who he faces, I think he's going to lose it. Still going to go Almas, but I wouldn't be surprised if Gargano won. But I think this is maybe me just not looking into it enough. I think Ciampa makes an appearance. Because what was it, SummerSlam? I think SummerSlam or Survivor Series last time we saw him. So wouldn't be surprised if he makes an appearance. So anyway, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next time with the Royal Rumble predictions.